Hey everybody, Mike King here from Mapping Evil with Mike King. Along with my co-host Tori Shepard, we have been able to bring you some amazing cases to think about that have impacted both the United States and Australia. This week we've been focusing on Mr. Cruel and a suspect named Blaine Nelson from the United States. Now, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about Nelson because this guy actually assaulted more than 75 women over the course of his serial crimes. I'm going to share with you a couple of video clips of times in which we spoke about his cases. The first is going to be from nearly 25 years ago when I had him talk to a group of about 500 police investigators. You'll see in the imagery a much younger man.
I was sentenced to 35 to life, mandatory sentence. When that's done, I got 15 years in Wyoming to do. So them choices that I did and cost me my whole life. I was 32 when I come to prison. That's gone. Lost everything. Now I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. What he's interested in is how close I lived to the first rape scene and also how familiar I was with the area. I was very familiar with the area because I did awful lot of burglaries in Ogden before I ever did a rape. So I was pretty familiar with the whole city. I lived about maybe 25 miles away from the rape scene. I lived in West.
And then we're going to jump forward to just a few weeks ago when I talked to him in prison. He'll never leave prison, and that's a good thing. But he has tried to make a change and at least share the kinds of things that he did. Because in his goofy mind, somehow he believed he was creating a relationship with these people. This is the real danger of what we call fantasy, because fantasy is never enough. It always leads to a suspect wanting to act it out. Give you a couple of minutes if you want to just speak, and you may have already done it at one point in this discussion, but if you want to speak to any of the victims that in aggregate that you had, it would be great if you want to say something. If you don't, I think you've already said something really compelling to them. So I'll just leave it to you.
Yeah, I actually would like to take a minute to let them know the first thing is this is me. It's nothing that they did or did not do that caused this. This was my decision, my choice. I caused all this. I'm terribly sorry, although I don't believe the word sorry is enough. I wished I could take it back. I wish I could, take their pain on and I want them to know that I'm terribly sorry, terribly ashamed. I want them to know that I pray for them every day. I can honestly give them my word that I would never harm another individual the rest of my life, including in prison. And that's just something I've made up my mind. I'm not going there no more. And like I say, I terribly apologize not only to them, but to the secondary victims, their family, their parents, and to society as a whole.
I hope you've enjoyed this Mapping Evil moment and a chance for you to look a little deeper into this kind of a predator, the power reassurance predator. Now, you can learn more by going to Profiling Evil and listening to my podcast where I speak with a forensic psychologist about this particular type of predator. And then listen for our podcast with the investigator who actually placed the handcuffs on this individual. We're going to explore what was happening during the investigation and where we are today. I think you're really going to enjoy these and learn a lot from them. Now, in no way am I suggesting that this predator has done something that we should be pleased about. He is a predator who hurt people, but he has provided insight that helps law enforcement to better understand the predators that are out there today. And that's why it's so valuable that we continue to work and understand all of these predators. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you at the next crime scene.